In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on September 28, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Baltimore Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. The loser of this huge American Football Conference showdown between Baltimore and Kansas City will drop into a 1-3 hole through the first month of the season. The Ravens scored over 40 points in each of their first 2 weeks, but were held to 30 in Monday's 38-30 loss to Detroit. Lamar Jackson threw 3 touchdown passes, but was sacked 7 times as Baltimore slipped to 1-2 for the second year in a row. The Chiefs avoided an 0-3 start by knocking off the Giants 22-9. Kansas City barely cracked 300 yards of offense, and they picked up their second cover in the last 7 games. Since last season, the Chiefs have won 10 of 11 games at Arrowhead. Baltimore hasn't beaten Kansas City in their last 2 meetings. The Chiefs eliminated the Ravens in the 2023 American Football Conference Championship 17-10 when they were 4.5-point road underdogs. Last season, Kansas City held off Baltimore 27-20 in the opener, even though Baltimore outgained them. Mahomes hit the over on his passing yards prop in his season opener with 258 yards, but has finished under that mark in his last 2 games. He faces a Baltimore defense that is allowing the most yards per game in the league so far. The Ravens have slipped to 3-4 in their last 7 road games, and all 4 losses came when they were favored. This is only the second time this year the Chiefs are home underdogs. Despite the 2 losses, the Ravens look more complete so far. Kansas City's offense still has issues. That said, Baltimore's defense has been disastrous. They're 32nd in total defense and 31st in scoring defense. Plus, Baltimore has less prep time and is heading into a tough environment. Since 2019, the Chiefs have outright won 11 of their last 16 as underdogs. With Mahomes back at home, it's hard to turn down free points. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Chiefs have gone 6-1 straight up and 5-2 against the spread against Baltimore since 2015. 5 of those 7 games went over, but their last 2 matchups have stayed under 48 points. I expect Kansas City to stifle Baltimore's run game and to force Jackson and company to score a lot to keep up. The Ravens' defense is terrible right now. They allow 266 passing yards per game and 149 rushing yards per game. The Chiefs' offense should get going in Week 4. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bears versus Las Vegas Raiders. The Chicago Bears are riding the momentum of their first win, but I'm skeptical they'll keep it going against the Raiders in Week 4. Sure, seeing Ben Johnson get his first win looked good, but that one may have had more to do with Dallas's struggles on defense than Chicago's strength. The 31-14 scoreline is misleading once you dig into it, especially given that Dallas actually outgained the Bears. Dak Prescott threw a couple of uncharacteristic picks, and CeeDee Lamb left early with an ankle injury before recording a catch. Caleb Williams looked promising last week, but the Bears' rushing attack was nearly non-existent, gaining just 87 yards on 29 attempts. Also, 1 week before that they gave up 52 points to Detroit. That kind of road meltdown is a reminder this team hasn't proven it's capable of consistency away from home. The Raiders aren't perfect, but their biggest weakness last week was run defense, and Chicago can't run the ball either. Geno Smith averaged 10 yards per attempt last week, and I believe he'll find even more success against a porous Bears defense. Chicago will also be without multiple starters: tight end Colston Loveland, linebacker TJ Edwards, defensive tackle Grady Jarrett, and right tackle Darnell Wright are all out. As our first pick for this matchup, the Las Vegas Raiders to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both defenses are weak, and both teams struggle on the ground, so this will come down to passing. Last week, the Raiders gave up 41 points to Washington with Marcus Mariota filling in. The Bears surrendered 400 yards to Dallas, even with Lamb out early, and had given up 52 points against Detroit. Caleb Williams threw for 4 touchdowns last week, and I expect Ben Johnson will want him to push it again. Chicago has scored at least 21 in all 3 games, though they still average just 3 yards per rush. Expect lots of passing. With weapons on both sides and shaky defenses, this matchup leans toward points. Neither team has been great at getting to the quarterback. Chicago has 5 sacks all season, Las Vegas 7 over 3 weeks. The Raiders should be able to move the ball through the air against a defense yielding 31 points per game. The Bears will try to build on their offensive breakout, with Williams targeting Odunze, Moore, and others downfield, while mixing in his legs when needed. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Green Bay Packers versus Dallas Cowboys. Sunday Night Football sets up a juicy matchup, an early National Football Conference heavyweight clash with the Green Bay Packers visiting a Cowboys team whose rise is showing cracks. The Cowboys' defense has been exposed in back-to-back weeks, and Chicago carved them up for 31 points, 385 yards, and 10.6 yards per pass in Week 3. Dallas moved the ball but couldn't finish in the red zone, going just 1-4. Their new look has been impressive only in flashes. Lately, it's looked ragged. Meanwhile, Green Bay would like to erase its Week 3 memory. Yes, they held Cleveland to 221 total yards, but they only sacked Joe Flacco twice and were a disaster in the 4th. They couldn't answer Cleveland's defense even after building a 10-0 lead. But this isn't Cleveland's defense. This is Dallas. We have no confidence in Matt Eberflus's unit, while the Packers' defense shapes up for a plus matchup all night. It's a hefty number to lay on the road for a primetime game, but I worry that Dallas' defense will be gashed, especially if CeeDee Lamb is limited or out. Green Bay's defense is legit, and I think Dallas is in a big spot. As our first pick for this matchup, the Green Bay Packers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Green Bay still boasts one of the NFL's better defenses, and the emotional angle of Micah Parsons returning adds fuel. That said, Dallas's offense is nothing to scoff at. They're top-tier passing. Prescott is top 5 in completion rate, and Dallas ranks 3rd in passing yards per game. They also protect Prescott well, giving up sacks on just 3.68% of plays. Even with Packers pressure, Dak and company will have some explosive chances. Green Bay's offense struggled versus Cleveland's stout defense. This week should feel easier. The Cowboys are among the worst in yards allowed per pass, and they rank bottom 3 in major defensive metrics. The Packers haven't had to fully unlock their arsenal often this season, but they have the weapons and the capability. Jordan Love has historically shown he can thrive in Dallas under pressure. Their running game has been weak, but this matchup could open things up. Yes, losing Lamb hurts Dallas, but other weapons remain. George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, etc. Dallas's offense is averaging 25 points per game and 393.7 yards. On home turf, they should be able to push past 21. I expect the Cowboys to force Green Bay into pass modes, which plays to a higher scoring game. In Dallas versus Green Bay home games, the over has been razor sharp. In their last 7 meetings in Dallas, the over is 7-0, with 2 competent quarterbacks, offensive coaches willing to attack, and defenses that have been shaky. I'm backing this to go over. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.